What is going on, Nerd Paraders and ARK Survival Evolved fans? Welcome here to the channel and to my humble abode. We're going to be playing some ARK Survival Evolved here today, and we're going to be going over the ARK Vikings / Game of Obelisks gameplay and server. We'll be talking about some more cool updates and showing you some of the things we've been working on, and I'm very excited to bring it to your attention today. Before we get started, I am Nick, and this is Nerd Parade. Welcome here to the channel. Let's kick things off right. So we're jumping in here onto the Game of Obelisks / ARK Vikings server. We're just going to call it ARK Vikings from here on out. And we're going to be going over some of the cool updates to the server and answering some questions along the way. So thank you so much for coming and joining me once again. And if you're excited for Game of Obelisks, the ARK Vikings season, please be sure to tag the subscribe button and also ring the bell so you can stay up to date with all things Nerd Parade, all things ARK Survival Evolved, and all the things we're doing here in the ARK Vikings server. Now, as I mentioned before, it is not quite up and ready. If you saw the previous episode, it's not quite up and ready, the server. So join in the Nerd Parade Discord for all the updates. Discord.gg/Nerd Parade. We're giving like daily, not even daily, we're giving like every 10 minutes updates to the server, what's going on, talking about like the new stuff, the things that we're adding to make it more Viking feel. And we're going to be talking about some of that stuff today. I'm really excited to talk to you about it and go over it with you and bring you up to speed. Now, one thing we are not doing, and I'm answering this question right away, one thing we're not doing is rushing this server out. We want to make sure that it's stable, everything's ready to go, and the biggest question that we keep getting is it ready? Is it out yet? Can we play on it? Can we jump on it? Not yet. However, if you want to test and do what we're doing right now and play around with it, kind of get like a sneak preview, be sure to jump in the Nerd Parade Discord like I had mentioned before and figure out how you could get on the server as like a tester before it goes live. It will be live soon, TM. Don't worry. We're looking at maybe a couple of days from the point that this video comes out. We're almost ready to just full on, like, let's kick this puppy off, but we want to make sure it's stable. As good ARK servers are stable, we want to make sure this is a good ARK server. So we're going to kick it off that way. We've got some cool structures here. My humble abode, my humble Viking house has been built by my own two hands with my statue honoring Odin here. That's right, Odin. I'm going to take you with me if I can. Come here, Odin. Go into my pocket. Is that an Odin statue in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Anyway, what we're going to be talking about here today is another big question, and this I want to keep a surprise, so I'm not going to really, like, answer it, but I'll give you a hint, and if you figure it out on your own, I'll be super proud of you, is the map. What map are you playing on? And that is the biggest question that we've got outside of, is the server ready yet? Can we join? And I'm not going to tell you what the map is. However, we're going to give you a hint and tell you that it is Viking themed, and that may be a really big hit for some of you. You may have already guessed it. If you have guessed it, I'm proud of you. If you haven't guessed it, then be sure to jump in, experience the map. It's really cool. I've been having a lot of fun on it. And another thing that we're going to be talking about today is one of the key focus points in ARK. And this is one of the reasons why I've always advocated and preached that I prefer Primitive ARK as opposed to Techie ARK, because this one thing seems to fall by the wayside whenever you advance throughout the technology tier of ARK and get to tech. One of these things that fall by the wayside, and in my opinion, the most important thing in ARK, are the creatures. ARK is about dinos and crazy creatures and building and surviving, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it when the creatures, one of the main focuses, one of the coolest things about the game, get glossed over with advancements. And that's one of the reasons why at first I kind of enjoyed tech and now not so much. I really love the primitive feel, and that's why I'm so excited to jump back into ARK with this ARK Vikings and in the Game of Obelisks theme, because some of you may know that I've been burnt out on ARK for quite some time. I haven't really felt the itch to play, but this has brought me back in almost at full speed. I'm super excited, and it's primitive. So if you like the primitive gameplay and you're as excited as I am, tag that thumbs up button for us. Let us know that you're hyped up about ARK Vikings, and again, join the Nerd Parade Discord for up-to-the-minute information about what's going on the server, how to join, and it's just an easy way for us to communicate in mass and deliver those messages. But anyway, enough rambles from this Nerd Parader. We're going to get reacquainted with an old friend that you may remember. You remember our pal? He's had some upgrades. He's now the king, Nerd Snail. And we have reunited with him after many, many seasons, and he has gotten big and fat and mighty. He's a giant nerd snail. I'm very happy to have him back. I've missed him so. And speaking of upgrades, we can now ride the nerd snail. I think I'm a bit too fat, though, to ride the nerd snail. Hang on. What's your weight there, nerd snail? King nerd snail? Oh, we gotta make you a little beefier. Now we can ride you off into the sunset. This is going to be one of the creatures available on Game of Obelisks. Now, this is more kind of like a novelty. We do have several other creatures that are going to be added into the Game of Obelisks / ARK Vikings realm that we've created here in the Nerd community. The Nerd snail had to be one of them, of course, and we now have a giant rideable Nerd snail who is just absolutely the best thing since sliced Akatina paste. I mean, this guy is just awesome. I'm super excited, but he's one of several creatures that you will not normally find in the vanilla-ist of arcs. And this does lead me, it kind of segues me into the to another repeat question that we continuously get. Is this going to be available to console players, or is it just PC only? And this giant snail is obviously a mod. We aren't able to do the things that we want to do with ARK Vikings on console. It requires a lot of mods and plugins. So, unfortunately, we do have to make this a PC-only type of experience. If there was a way to do it on console, I would be happy to bring it to there, but there's just not a way that we can make the vision a reality on console. So it's kind of just limited to PC. So if you don't have a gaming PC, I'm a very big advocate for PC gaming as opposed to console gaming. I just prefer PC gaming. And if you want to come play with us, now's the time to grab a gaming PC and join in. But if you can't, no worries. Never fear, Nerd Parade is here. We've got you covered. We're still going to be posting all the content from ARK Vikings on the tubes of Youbes, so you can follow along and have some fun. It's going to be primitive. It's going to be crazy. But I wanted to make sure that we were reunited with an old pal, someone who's been near and dear to our hearts. If you're a fan of Nerd Parade, you may remember the Nerd Snail. If you're new to Nerd Parade, then this is our pal. This is our mascot. This is our best friend on the ARK. I almost revealed the map name there for a second. Forgot we got to keep it a secret. This is our best pal, the Nerd Snail, the King Nerd Snail. He's gotten fat over the months since we released him into the wild, and now that we are reunited with him, he has had many babies. Many babies for you to go out and tame and have your own giant Nerd Snail. Now, a little bit of spoiler, a little bit of teaser, mostly teaser, not so much spoiler, is something that I mentioned before. We are going to have some more Viking-themed creatures in this, and the Nerd Snail is not super Viking-themed, but a giant rideable snail is pretty badass, and I think if a Viking got tired of riding his mighty horse steed, that he would be happy to ride a mighty snail steed in its place. I mean, at least this Viking is. But a little bit of spoiler, we do have some more Viking-themed creatures. Some of them are so badass that they will be limited to how many you can have per tribe per run of Game of Obelisks, because they might be considered too overpowered. Ooh. And not game-breaking, but they're a tough creature. And one tribe having access to one of them is kind of like a trophy, like a big guns. You're going to want to keep it in your base and use it as like a base defense because it's going to be powerful. It's not something you're going to want to take out unless you're sure you're going to be able to bring it back. So I'm really kind of silly, and I'm not trying to spoil too much. We're trying to build some of the excitement, and there's going to be more creatures. We're going to showcase this creature probably before the servers go live, because I know a lot of you guys are going to be excited. Like, what is it? Oh, I want to know. It'll be the next video that we do before the servers are live, and it should be the last video that we do talking about what's going on here in ARK Vikings / Game of Obelisks and what we're going to be preparing for. If you're not familiar, if you're this deep into the video and you're not familiar with what Game of Obelisks is, go back and check out some of the previous seasons of Game of Obelisks, or watch the previous episode to this one, where I talk about it a little bit in detail. But Game of Obelisks, in brief, is a primitive ARK PvP battle royale of total ARK server domination. You're battling for control of the entire server as a tribe, as a unit, as a group, as Vikings. Well, in this case, it's going to be Vikings. But this, Nerd Paraders, is where we leave you. I hope that you're excited. I hope you're very excited to see an old friend return, and I hope that you like some of the really neat ideas that we're kind of pouring our hearts and souls into by trying to make ARK Vikings / Game of Obelisks a success and bring it alive. It's been kind of like it's been a very dear project to me since the beginning, since the inception of Game of Obelisks. I think maybe two or 3 years ago at this point now, and being able to bring it back alive has me really, really excited. So, like a kind of a heartfelt thanks from this Nerd Prater to you guys. Thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to make like a brainchild, this Game of Obelisks, this ARK Vikings thing, a reality. So thank you so much. I hope you guys are hyped for it, and we look forward to playing with you on the server. We're very excited to have all of you guys come and join us, but I'm gushing a little bit just because I'm super excited to really kind of... I'm excited to be back into ARK. And it's the ARK that I love, not the ARK that I'm kind of like, oh man, I'm tired of playing this, which is the tech stuff. I really love the primitive. So come play with us. Enough Nerd Parade gushing. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like I mentioned earlier in the video. Ring the bell so you can stay up to date with all things Nerd Parade. All the ARK stuff coming your way. All the Viking things happening. Play with your nerd snails. Play with some of the dragons that are going to be coming. Oh, I said I was going to spoil it, but I spoiled it. That's your reward for making it this far into the video. There's going to be some dragons and other Viking-themed creatures. Come test out, like I mentioned earlier. If you're interested in testing out, join the Discord to figure out how to do that. And soon, TM, just a couple of days. We're not going to give a definitive date because we want to make sure the server is 100% stable and working swimmingly and not crawling along like a snail. We're going to make sure that it's speeding along like a jaguar tiger creature that's fast. Because we don't want servers to be slow. Anyway, we want the servers to be really, really stable and good. So if you want to help us test, that'd be awesome. If not, be patient, my friends. Just a couple of days, ARK Vikings will be coming your way. And we will not have any more teaser stuff. We'll have actual gameplay stuff. So look forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to it. I really can't wait to get my fingers and toes wet. That was a bad analogy. But enough of my rambles, enough of Nerd Parade shenaniganery. Soon we will be building and dominating in the true Viking style. I'm going to give you a teaser of what my name is going to be. And it's because I've recently watched this show on Netflix and totally binged it. I'm going to be Nick Tread of Nerdenberg. That's right, Nick Tread of Nerdenberg. If you get the reference, comment it below. Let me know that maybe you've also watched the show. But I can't wait for the next season to come out. Anyway, Nerd Parade rambles continue, even though I said I was going to stop. Thank you so much for watching. Thumbs up the video. Get excited. Join the Discord. Comment below what you think. If you refuse to join the Discord, it's up to you. And take care of yourselves. Stay awesome. We'll catch you soon on the ARK. Later.